St. Pat, man. Sean Porter Don, man. Checking in on 88.9 KGLU, man. I got my guy St. Pat in here, man. Straight out of that Chi-Town. What part of Chi-Town you from, bro?
From the south side, man.
Okay, south side, man. I got a bunch of people up there, man. Like, what's the little park I be, this is a little park that I be going to up there, man. It's in Inglewood. That sounds so crazy. In Inglewood, man. And don't let that fool you. Inglewood in Chicago is damn near worse than Inglewood in Cali. I love it, though. It's beautiful black people there, man. Hey, let us know, man. Let me, where you from, man? Like, Southside Chicago, like, let us know how you started, man. All the way from the beginning.
All right, man. I've been doing this for a little minute, for a good little, like, for years, man. Like 8 years now, 9 years, like. You know, I'm from, you know, everybody know it as Old Block. You know, I'm from that neighborhood and stuff. Okay. I grew up there. So I know everybody from over there, all the rappers. So, you know.
Now, Old Block, is that like where Dirk they're from? Or is that,
Chief Keef from over there.
Okay.
King Von from over there. So, you know, those.
So, like, do you feel like you, kind of, in like is your flow like kind of like drill music, or like, is it just like your flow?
No, it ain't really drill music, you know what I'm saying? I talk about my life and I talk about those kind of things, right. You know, but, you know, it ain't really the same. I wouldn't categorize it as drill music.
Yeah, you know, I'm glad I got somebody here from Chicago, man, because I want to ask, like, how do y'all feel? Because I've seen music from Chicago, like, there's been other places too, but music from Chicago, never could lead to death. You know what I'm saying? And, like, how do y'all feel, like, how do you feel navigating around, you know what I'm saying, trying not to get into that mix where people putting stuff on wax, and like back in the day, it used to stay on wax. Now, with social media and all that stuff, it's kind of spilling over into the streets. You know what I'm saying? I specifically see it in Chicago and like St. Louis, where I'm from. But you know what I'm saying? But like, how do you navigate like being a rapper and like trying not to kind of still end up in that world? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, how say for instance, how Lil Durk navigate? You know what I'm saying? Like being a super artist, but still being from Chicago and staying true to your Chicago.
Yeah, I mean. Yeah, if you're from Chicago, you know, you're gonna be who you are. You feel me, though? But as far as me personally, as I can speak for, you know, being where I'm from, so, you know, it's a unique situation, you know, because my neighborhood is a known neighborhood. You know, there's a lot of death from over there, you know. And I'm really from there. Like, I know those people, I experienced that stuff. So for me, it's like, man, it's just as far as, like, I am comfortable with what I say, you know. I don't disrespect dead people, you know. That's just me personally, because I ain't that type of dude. I don't want nobody disrespecting me, because you say my brother's name or something, I'm gonna want to do something to you. You feel me? So, you know, I just try to, you know, I'm a part of that lifestyle. I've been through that stuff, but it's like, you know, I just kind of just separate myself, man, because I'm trying to, shit, you know, be a big artist. You feel me? A lot of that shit come with death. I don't want to be dead. I want to be rich. You feel me?
Exactly.
That's how I look at it.
How you feel about me, like, because I always tell people, like, growing up in St. Louis and growing up in Chicago is almost like similar. Like it's almost like a similar environment. Like how was you able to navigate your way up out of there? Like, was it the music that kept you grounded? Like, was it like family? Was it like school?
Oh yeah, a lot of stuff came with like family and school. You know, then you know I was an athlete too. You know, I played football until I was a teenager. You know, and you know I got shot when I was 17. So that kind of like, you know, I got shot in my leg. So
it kind of like did it slow you down a little bit, right?
Yeah, it slowed me down a lot. So that's the only reason why I started rapping when I went to college. So it was like, that shit was like a wake-up call, because I always thought I was going to be a football player. Then it's like, damn, my leg fucked up. What I'm going to do with my life now?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't even really like out there when I got shot. It was just me being in the mix, fucking around. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, man.
No, you good. We'll be at the end of the That's good.
So I just, you know, then of course my family, you know, my father just passed away, my grandmother just passed away. So it's like,
condolences, man. Condolences.
You know, I appreciate that, bro. Thank you. So it's like I had people like that kept me grounded and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Even though I did like experience stuff, I did gang bang, I did do stuff. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no bad guy, because I had people like my daddy and my grandmother, my mother. You know, they kept me on the right track. So it was like, you know, I was like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. So it was kind of like sports, and my family, you know, kind of kept me out of shit.
That's what's up, man. I'm telling you, because like growing up in these neighborhoods, and it's kind of hard, you know what I'm saying? Like people could say, like Lil Durk, he got the money to leave and move to Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? But like some people, like I said, like they may not be able to kind of do that, you know what I'm saying? And to see, you know what I'm saying, like to kind of get out of that environment, you know what I'm saying, and like kind of just like remove yourself, because you kind of see your future, where it's going, to kind of take that other foot out of that lane, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, like go forward. Like what would this question I always ask everybody, like who was like your inspirations, like for rapping, you know what I'm saying? Like, was it the Chief Keef, or like I kind of was it like before like Chief Keef was popping out, or like is it like the drill music artists, or is it like Tupac? I mean, like who inspired you to kind of like pick up that mic?
Well, I can always say people like Tupac and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that's like my favorite rapper. I feel like they got a lot of influence on everybody, you know, as far as like their gangster music, and just like, you know, being black, that kind of thing, you know. But like that started me rapping, honestly, it was like J. Cole, that's like my favorite rapper. Like, literally, I listened to him in college and I'm like, damn, this nigga talking about something different.
Bro, like something totally different, bro.
And it just inspired me, so I just started, you know, I always thought I could rap, you know what I'm saying? Because I just used to freestyle. Even like on the bus and the football games and stuff, I used to be on the bus, in the back of the bus, just rapping and shit. Like, and then I used to like Cassidy and the Fabulous, them kind of rappers. So it was like, I like lyrical rappers like Eminem. So it was like, you know, I always was into that stuff. Like, and then when like that stuff started popping with like Chief, like I got a song with him that's like super old, like before he blew up. Like,
right.
Me and him got a track together.
When they were still probably in the with the t-shirts on, when he probably, I mean, with no t-shirts on, when he probably was on paper still.
Exactly. So it's like, you know, you know, I synced a lot of stuff, and you know, I seen people get on right in front of me, like even with Vaughn, it's like I really know them people, I really knew them and stuff. So it's like I synced it around me, so I just always stay focused. Like, man, if they can do it, I know I can do it. Even though I'm older than them a little bit, it's still like these people that I seen do it. You feel me? So I know I can do it. So I just try to stay motivated.
That's
you know.
What's up. So what you got? I mean, like, let me know about upcoming. You know what I'm saying? You know, COVID is starting to slow down, so people starting to get on out and do shows and get projects going, man. Go let us know what you got upcoming for us.
Yeah, so right now I was working on a video. I already shot it already. I'm gonna shoot some more scenes, and that's gonna be the first thing I drop as far as like work go.
Okay.
Then I'm coming with an EP. You know, right now I'm getting a music recording and getting the business right behind it as far as like the beats and stuff. I gotta make sure all that stuff 100.
That's very important that you said the business part of it, man.
I'm gonna do it the right way, so it's gonna be on all streaming platforms. So you know. Right now, just follow my, my social media, St. Pat the One, YouTube, Instagram, you know, I'm on all that. You know, St. Pat the One, that's Saint, SAINTPAT, you know, then the One, DEJUAN, you know.
Got you, man. St. Pat the One, man, checking in with the boy Sean Poe the Don, man. You already know what it is, man. 88.9 KJLU, we bringing nothing but superstars in the making right now, man. And I'm telling you, be looking for this group of people I got who up in the studio, man, because they about to be making some noise, man. So, hey, look, let's go on and wrap this on up, man. We got about another more interview for you, man. And, hey, you already know what it is, 88.9 KJLU. We play nothing but those hits, man. I'm telling you, nothing but the hits.